Newcastle United, we've touched on it already this morning. Lots of frustration around Eddie Howe and around that club because they weren't particularly active. How concerned are you? How strong are these rumblings of discontent, would you say?
It is a difficult period. It was a disappointing window. It was only Lloyd Kelly, a free transfer, and William Osler from Sheffield United, who is a backup striker, as their only outfield signings. They, of course, pursued Mark Gehi from Crystal Palace. He was their firm target. A number of bids rejected. In the end, Crystal Palace held firm. Newcastle did not go for an alternative. On deadline day, they did try and reallocate some of that money to Anthony Elanga of Nottingham Forest, formerly of Manchester United. They were getting excited because they have a 20% sell-on clause, but it didn't materialise. And it has led to a bit of discontent among the fan base. I think Newcastle, Eddie Howe, their new sporting director, Paul Mitchell, would say it's better to have done no business than to have made a mistake in the market by just trying to spend the money, especially because the money is tight at Newcastle. Because of these PSR rules that you've been talking about on the show already, we saw that scramble before the June 30 deadline for the last PSR cycle for them to sell players. So they've got to be very careful with their budgets. And also they've had a lack of sales at Newcastle United. They need to become better sellers. But what you're asking here, Rebecca, is the overall picture. And that is a very new setup at St James's Park with the key directors, Amanda Staveley and Mehrdad Ghoddussi, her husband, departing the club. Quite surprisingly, they were integral, heavily involved in everything that was happening post the 2022 takeover by the Saudi-led consortium. And they were a key ally of Eddie Howe. So he's lost them now. And Paul Mitchell has come in as sporting director, James Bunce as his head of performance. And they're going to have to gel with Eddie Howe over time if this is going to work. Eddie Howe made comments to that extent very early on when he was being linked with the England job. And that's affected this whole picture as well. Those rumours that just don't seem to have gone away, despite Lee Carsley getting the job on an interim basis. Now, the Saudi-led ownership, who are at St James's Park today, but that was a pre-planned visit, I'm told, are going to have high expectations, but I think those expectations need to be kept in check. People saying Newcastle should be targeting the Champions League again, it's extremely difficult, but I think they will want to crack on for the European positions. Part of the upheaval has seen Dan Ashworth leave, of course, as sporting director. He came here to Manchester United with Mitchell replacing him eventually at Newcastle. They initially went for Dougie Freedman. So there has been so much going on there. And in and amongst all of this, it's been a successful rise, but they've been very high net spenders, the fourth in the country since that takeover 2.5 years ago. So they're going to have to do a lot of work on balancing the books. Sandro Tonali is back, though, so that's like a new signing. Of course, he's such an important figure, and he's been through so much with that gambling ban that really rocked St James's Park. Speaking of that, there are plans for either redeveloping the stadium or moving elsewhere. We need clarity on what's going to happen around that. And a lot of this will rest on the shoulders of Darren Eales, the chief executive. He's coming in for a lot of scrutiny at the moment. And I think it's a time of apprehension for the Newcastle fans. But they've actually done well on the pitch. They've still got Eddie Howe at the helm, getting results, and a lot of very good players who I think they can hope can be built upon, retain those key players, Isaac, Guimaraes, the likes of Sven Botman, Anthony Gordon, and hopefully have a more settled time ahead. But it is a really interesting period there, and it's one we need to keep an eye on.
Brilliant stuff, David Ornstein. Thank you as ever.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And if you want even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.